who's been in business for what, 25 years or more. Mike,
30, yeah.
How long? Yeah, a while anyway.
And why? Yeah.
But he's one of the most famous children's entertainers in the world. But he doesn't just do parties and things like that. He does big theatres and puts on big productions as well. So absolutely great. So it's like really good to have you all with us. What we want to do is we want to cheer everybody up during this thing. So we're going to have a little chat for about quarter of an hour, 20 minutes, and then the last 20 minutes we're going to ask Luke to play for us. Is that okay, Luke? So you'll have 20 minutes from 20 past. Is that okay? And then we go into our evening fun and party and drink at last. so basically, so what we're going to do is we're going to cheer everybody up about what we can do to keep trying to make ends meet and how we've been going about it, because I know you've all had to change what you're doing, and I want to talk about what you're looking forward to as well. So I'm going to start with Magic Mike, really, because I was really interested to see that you actually were running virtual birthday parties, weren't you? And something
that's right, Tony. Can I just say, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfectly.
That's
absolutely
fantastic.
Great.
All right.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about these, that's all.
So do you make any money at that? Do people pay you for a virtual birthday party?
Yes, they do. Yes.
Great.
Yeah, we've had to be imaginative during the lockdown and through 2020. So quite quickly we sort of jumped on that, the virtual birthday parties. It's not, obviously it's not as good as a proper party, but it does work quite. It's the next best thing that we can do at the moment for them.
Yeah, fabulous. And how many of those have you been able to do? Enough to make a living or not?
No, it's nowhere. It's not. It's been nowhere near what we normally do. But we've done a few. Everything helps. I mean, I'm sure, as you guys know, every penny counts. That's what it's all about at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. It's also about cutting costs as much as we can, isn't it? I think
yes.
as well, because I mean, the only fees I get now, because I'm so old, is speaking fees kind of thing. There's been no speaking fees around for a while, so all you can actually do is cut back on the things that you were going to do in many ways.
Exactly.
Whatever, and keep the profile up there. I suppose that's the other thing, isn't it? You can do a lot of things to keep the profile. And just interestingly, because I wondered if it actually happened, but you were going to do a socially distanced, quite a big gig in Bridlington, weren't you, in August? Did it actually take place or not?
Well, what happens? So obviously, as well as doing birthday parties, we do stage shows, as you've said.
Yeah.
So we got the green light from Bridlington Spa. We had to go through all the health and safety, basically, and we ticked every box, and we realised that we could do these socially distanced shows in the theatre. So I had to rewrite the shows so that we didn't have volunteers, so the dancers weren't like in Meets Your Power. We had to go from 5 dancers to 3. So the health and safety side of it was a nightmare. So it wasn't just a straightforward thing. We had to put a lot of thought in, how people came on and off and everything else. So we went to Bridlington, and we went the day early to set up, and we did a 40-minute health and safety with the staff. So the crew were happy, the manager was happy, the sound and the lighting guy were happy. We went through it all and said, "Yep, we're all happy. This is how it's going to work." That there and everything. We went through every fine detail that we could do. And then I said to the guys, I said, "Right, you go and get your lunch. I'll start setting up, come back in 2 hours and do a sound check." So halfway through setting up, Boris made the announcement that he was cutting all live entertainment that was supposed to be starting. I think it was the 1st of August on the Saturday, and this was the Friday. And I got a phone call from home, and they said it was Maria, wife. She said, "Have you seen the news?" I was like, "No." She went, "Boris has just stopped all live entertainment," and I was like, "No." So that was a really low point. Yeah, because it's obviously taken a long time to get to that point, and then they didn't happen. Luckily, and on a plus side, we did manage to get one summer show in right at the end of August, and then we got in 3 during Halloween. But then unfortunately the Christmas ones they were cancelled because they went into tier 3. So it's been mixed. We've managed to get.
I mean, because it's really important to a performer to be performing, isn't it, for your mental health and everything, really?
It is, yeah.
At least you managed to get something in during
Yes.
that time period. Yeah. What about you, Luke? Have you been able to do any gigs or anything?
I mean, I've done a couple of these online live streams. Back in, it might have been about August, I managed to do a socially distanced gig in Scarborough.
Yeah.
That was all nice. It went all right, but it was meant to be a gig way back in March. Well, one of our band's first proper gigs for us, and it ended up getting cut off by the first lockdown, the day of the gig, and it all got cut off, which was really disappointing. But we released some music anyway, and we weren't going to let that stop us. But we're still waiting for everything to sort of roll back into action.
Yeah. So, I mean, what would be your advice to other musicians? Is everybody because one of the things we were talking about Excluded UK is all this government rubbish about saying, you should do other things and various things. If you're a musician, you're a musician, aren't you? And you've been trained as a musician.
Yeah.
What are the kind of things musicians can do to actually keep themselves going through this kind of time? I mean, I don't know what it is because I'm not a well, I've got the guitars, but I just haven't got the talent. So, tell me what your advice would be to other musicians just to keep themselves going. Other entertainers, really, professional entertainers. What would be your advice just to keep going?
Well, don't stop. For musicians, keep writing. If you're a writer, keep doing that. Even releasing music, trying to do it from home. There is ways of doing it. Keep doing that. Just don't lose that sort of passion for it because you can't go out and gig.
Yeah.
I've just found ways of just keep writing and stuff. I've been writing loads of new songs and stuff, getting ready and sort of thinking of a plan of ways I can still keep an audience and release that.
Yeah.
But also as well, I'm a university student, so I'm currently at uni doing music. So in between all that, I've been doing all my uni work, and a lot of it has actually been incorporated, saying right, you need to think of ways to adapt in this new situation. So we had one module which was live events. Obviously, we couldn't do the live events because there was no gigs. So we had to basically adapt this module so that we could do it online, like a live stream, look at different ways of doing it. But overall, really, I think you don't want to stop doing it just because they've said, oh, you need to retrain or anything like that.
Yeah.
There is definitely a light at the end of the tunnel, let's say.
Yeah, I think that's a really important point for people, is actually to find something that you're still passionate about. I'm not really keen on these people about saying, find another job or different things. I think you've got to do something you love as much as you can to get through things. And I think it's keeping busy, but in the area that you love. I mean, I can claim to be a writer of, fiction and various things. You don't make any money at that. But on the other hand, one of the things I have kept going right throughout this period is I've had projects that I really want to do, and I'm loving doing, and various things. And so, I think that's really good advice, Luke. And what about you, Jim? Jim's been starring all over the place. I'm not going to give him very long.
No, don't.
But basically, this guy's produced the films for us. He's done everything for us, and he also starred at the beginning of the Happypreneur Hour on practical philosophy tips, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you're doing everything, Jim. But obviously, things. I didn't realise before how much I've missed festivals this summer. I mean, I just can't believe how much I've missed it. And I know you're into organising festivals and bringing musicians together and various things. What's your kind of view of, the entertainment industry and things? Do you think virtual festivals and things will be available, or do you think?
I think we're going to have to look at that as an option. And I think that people are going to have to get used to the idea that online content is still value. And we need to move past this idea that just because you're watching it on your screen, it's free. But then there are more interesting ways of doing some of that sort of stuff. Looking around, so Luke was just talking about how musicians need to roll with the punches. Lots of them have had to do that anyway in the last 10 or 15 years in order to be able to cope with downloads and this, that, and the other. But what happened was everything moved towards live music and, you know, selling of T-shirts and all of that kind of thing. Well, there's got to be a way, like we are the creative industries. There has to be a way of coming up with that little bit of added value that, fine, if you don't want to pay to hear the song, right, fine, then what will you pay for? And integrating with the customers to be able to, because it's a strange thing. The audience they are customers, but they're not just customers. Like that barrier between you and, you know, if I make a nice shiny thing and I sell you the shiny thing, you've bought the shiny thing. If I write a song, or Luke I don't write. So, you know, if Luke writes a song or Mike writes a show, you're kind of buying into their world. You know, like my daughter grew up with Mike's shows, and she's still, you know, like she's 14 now, pretending to be cool. But then we'll see Magic Mike's fan. You know, so and immediately she's back there. So that will be with her forever. Okay, and those are the kind of things that we need to remember have a value. And there's got to be a way of us moving past some of these ideas that just because it's on the internet, it's free. But then, you know, there are so many ways that artists can engage with people in order to be able to go, look, guys, here's this little bit of me for free, but please buy a T-shirt, please buy this, please buy. And it's getting past that first bump of going, no, I need to eat as well. Yes, I enjoy this, but I can't go into Sainsbury's, play a song and walk out with my dinner.
Absolutely.
So,
no,
you know,
that's right. And
wise words.
Yeah. Mike, do you think kind of that the majority of the venues are going to be able to recover from this? Because I mean, the show side of yours is like one of the really important things. I mean, I should perhaps have asked Jim about what will be the festival scene next summer. Will it still be as big or whatever? But what about, let's go back to you and the theatres and the places that you play and write the shows for. What do you see? Are they going to be able to cope, do you think? I mean, let's assume that we've got to wait till June before all of the, you know, vaccination. Let's be as realistic as we can before all the vaccinations and various things. Still going to be some social distancing, I'm sure. But let's say June it starts again. Will the venues be there, do you think?
I think the venues are there. They're still hanging in, but only just. It's a difficult one because I think the problem is at the moment, obviously they've had funding or they're possibly getting funding now. I suppose the hard bit is come June, if we take that for an example as a date, if all the funding stops, but yet they can only open with limited audiences, I suppose that's going to be the crunch. Will they be able to be, you know, self-sufficient at that point there? Because I know when we did our shows, we were limited numbers. So basically the 3 shows, it was the same amount of people that we would if we had one show. So it's costing me 3 times as much to put that one show on.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be really difficult because I don't think we're going to be looking at full audiences for a while yet. I think we're going to be limited numbers, like the festivals. If they go ahead again, I think there'll be limited numbers. So it's going to be. The hard bit is down to pound notes because, as Jim said, it's a business. You've got to make this pay, and it's really a fine line between, you know, what's going to work. But I mean, you just don't want to turn your back. I mean, I did the shows because I wanted to perform. I wanted to give it a go, and we made some money, but obviously nowhere near what we should have done. But again, you know, going back to what I said at the beginning. Every penny counts, and I think that's the case. And I think just what Jim said about the social, you know, the internet and you know, the social media side of it. Right at the beginning of the lockdown, in 2020, I was doing 2 free shows a week to start with, and then that went down to 1, and I did that for quite a few weeks, just to keep the children and the parents, from getting bored and give me something to do as well. But I did get to a point when that I had to stop, because it was taking time to look for new material. What am I going to do today? And all that was taking time, and obviously nothing was coming in. There was no money coming in.
Yeah.
So I think, again, just going back to what Jim said, I think, and this will happen with the bands and things, I think you're just going to have to do a mixture of both. So I think this time around, I'm going to do some free ones, but I'm going to do some paid ones as well, I think, and then like the merchandise side. So I think it's a little bit of everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we can only hope that the venues are going to be there, the pubs are going to be there, because it's not just the shows, it's the pubs with the local bands, it's the comedy clubs. There's so much out there, but they've just seemed to have been.
I think you're right. I think a lot of people I've been talking to today have been it's amazing the number of little things. It might only be a few quid. It might even be a little part-time thing that they're doing and things, but it's almost about the reality, because we're into reality on Michael Bismatters Day, even though it's a lot of fun. It's like whatever we can almost like scrape together. We've got to do in different ways. It's not like about setting big goals and dreams and kind of things. It's just living hand to mouth, frankly, and finding ways of actually doing it. And then you should be able to. But it's Jim's point about that you've all got great value in what you do, and you've got uniqueness in what you do, and there has to be a way of turning that into, some paid work in some different ways, even how tough it is. Absolutely great. I'm going to ask you, just before I ask Luke to play to us, can I just ask you for one thing that you're really looking forward to in 2021, the year of the Happypreneur? Doesn't have to be work related. If not, it's just one thing. And seeing Magic Mike is looking totally dumbfounded by that. I'll let Luke know, first of all. What's one thing that you're really looking forward to in 2021, the year of the Happypreneur?
I think it's just to be able to socialise and party again. I mean, let's be honest, guys. We all want to just do that, don't we? I just want to socialise, party, and hug.
I wanted a real pint. Well, seriously, I think it's great. What about you, Luke? One thing you're really looking forward to in 2021, the year of the Happypreneur?
The potential that we could maybe later in the year get playing again. And sort of see a door opening back to
just get playing. I agree. Fabulous. What about you, Jim?
I'm going to put my festival on. Whatever format it comes in. I did it online last year. I'm going to do a mixture of something this year. Don't know what, great. But that will happen. So
that's fantastic.
Just have to decide how. That's it. But I'm going to be stubborn about that one.
That would be absolutely brilliant. Well, that's great. Thank you very much for being my guest. Stay around, because we're now going to introduce the incredible, the great, and I have seen his stuff before I said that. He's absolutely great. You've got a fantastic voice. And so it's over to you, Luke.
All right. Hello.
Yeah. Come on, brother.
Yeah. Can we hear that? You can hear everything all right? Hello, everyone. Like you say, I'm Luke Pilmer. Luke Pilmer and the Cavalry. I'm going to play a few songs here. Here's one called Draw the Curtain. Hide your faithful lines inside. Your true colors show when your enemies are right. The little things that make you cry. Look at yourself, mate, who is that? I said, who is that? Draw the curtain, don't wanna be seen. Let the lights go down. Draw the curtain, don't wanna be seen. Let's start again, please. Jump right to the starting point. You are not like that. Just draw that curtain, get out of my light. Just draw that curtain. I said draw that curtain. Draw the curtain, don't wanna be seen. Let the lights go down. Draw the curtain, don't wanna be seen. Let's start again, please. I say draw that curtain. Don't wanna be seen. I say draw that curtain. Let's start again, please. Draw the curtain, don't wanna be seen. Let the lights go down. Draw the curtain, don't wanna be seen. Let's start again, please. Let's start again, please. Let's start again, please. Yeah, that was a song called Draw the Curtain. This next song is a song we released earlier in the year. It was our first single together. And this one's called Man in a High Chair. You can find this song on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever it is you use. But yeah, go check that out. But for now, here it is. Once people running around the street, and the tide is up to their feet. I sit by as I watch them fall apart. See the man in the high chair break their hearts. I'll wait for you, and I'll wait for you to tell the truth. If I could change for you, I sure would like to. I'm falling. If I could change for you, I sure would like to. I'm falling in reverse, faster and faster now. Oh, we can be who we want to be. In this time of distress and poverty, try not to let yourself fall apart. The man in the high chair breaks their heart. And I'll wait for you, and I'll wait for you to tell the truth. If I could change for you, I sure would like to. I'm falling. If I could change for you, I sure would like to. I'm falling in reverse, faster and faster now. If I could change for you, I sure would like to. I'm falling. If I could change for you, I sure would like to. I'm falling in reverse, faster and faster now. I'm falling in reverse, faster and faster now. I'm falling in reverse, faster and faster now. Man in a high chair for you there. Here's a bit of a new one. It's called Can We Dance? The times are all the times to see what's deep inside. This week I heard our song, and all day reminds me of when you and I have fun. And the times I can see, I can shout, I can dance with you. So listen to me when I say you are beautiful. We'll do it till it's light. Now it's time to roll the dice, to see what's left inside. As we go and I hear our song, all day it reminds me of when you and I have fun. The times I can sing, I can shout, I can dance with you. So listen to me when I say you are beautiful. Well, can we dance tonight? We'll do it till it's light. Well, can we dance tonight? We'll do it till it's light. I can't believe my love, we haven't gotten too far. Are you happy now? Are you happy now? Are you happy now? You are what I'm searching for. Are you happy now? A bit of a new one for you there. Cheers. I always find setting. Oh, hello.
It's absolutely brilliant.
Thank you.
Absolutely great. Seriously, that was absolutely wonderful. I said you had a fantastic voice and brilliant songs, and thank you ever so much. That made us feel like festivals and summer as well. So it was like really great. Thank you ever so much. Do you enjoy it, Mike? You enjoyed
I
that?
loved it. Well done, Luke. Yes, fantastic.
Cheers, mate.
I was really impressed. Well done.
Thank you ever so much. It was really, really great. And thanks very much for joining me on Microbiz Matters Day. Let's hope it's a fantastic 2021 for all entertainers, all musicians, all artists, all writers, everybody together. Keep collaborating, people. And,
Absolutely.
we'll
Tony,
do it.
thank you so much for inviting me on today. And well done,
loved
Luke.
it.
Yeah, and likewise, all the
Thank
very
you.
best for 2021.
Take care. Join the Zoom party. We're going to a Zoom party now, so join that. Bye. Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.